Hi everyone, my name is Antje Barth. I work as a developer advocate for AI and machine learning at AWS. In this session, I want to show you how you can get started with Amazon SageMaker. So let's have a look. As a quick recap, Amazon SageMaker is the core service in our ML services layer. It is a fully managed service that helps you to build, train, and deploy your machine learning models at any scale and quickly. So let's have a look how you can get started and set up Amazon SageMaker. And for this purpose, I'm jumping into my browser. And you can see here that I'm in the AWS Management Console right now. As the first step, make sure you're in the right region. So here in the top right, select the region you want to operate in. I'm based in Düsseldorf, so actually Frankfurt, Germany is the closest, and I'm going to choose that one. Now here, simply start by typing SageMaker to find the service and click there. And this takes you straight away to the Amazon SageMaker service page. You can see here links to the services which I mentioned before. But for this demo, let's just focus on how to get started by creating a notebook instance. So click here in the left and then click on Create Notebook Instance. We now need to provide it with a little bit of more information. First of all, we need to give our notebook instance a name. Let's say I call my instance AI for Good. As a next step, we need to select an EC2 instance type where the notebook server gets deployed on. If you're just experimenting and playing around a little bit, you can certainly choose a smaller one, maybe one of the T2 or T3 instance families. But if you're doing a little bit more intense work, you want to make sure to actually pick a larger instance, maybe one of the M5 or even C5 instances. Also, if you think you can leverage from extra GPU power, you can even deploy the notebook server on a NVIDIA GPU-powered instance like the P2 or P3 families. For this demo, I'm going to choose a C5 2X large. Also make sure here under additional configuration to increase the volume size of the notebook instance in case you're planning on pulling down larger data sets. So in my case, I'm just going to increase this to maybe 250 gigabyte to be safe. Then, as a next step, you need to give your notebook environment permissions to access services on your behalf. In AWS, this is done with identity and access management roles. If you don't know how to create them, simply select the Create New Role here, which takes you with or without through those steps. Click here, and following the principle of least privilege, which is always a best practice, make sure you're just giving it access to a specific S3 bucket. You can create this in advance and then just provide it here with a name. I created, for example, AI for Good Hackathon as an S3 bucket in my region, and I'll just put in the name here. And then you can click here on Create Role. And this is creating an IAM role for you, which has exactly the permissions that SageMaker needs, and you've given it permissions to access this specific S3 bucket as well. You can also optionally encrypt the data, and definitely in production, you want to make sure to deploy it inside of your VPC. For this demo, I'm just going to show you one more step here, which is how you can actually git clone directly into the notebook. So here on the Git repositories, just select Clone a public Git repo to this notebook. And then choose a repo that you actually want to clone. I have mine here. And put in the URL like this. You can also provide tags if you want to label your instance. And then just click here on Create Notebook Instance. And as you can see, this instance is now being created. This will take maybe 1-2 minutes, and then we will see that is changing the status and we can connect. So let's give it a little bit time to actually provision the instance for us. All right, after a little bit, you see that the status here changed to in service, and you can now connect to this notebook instance either to Jupyter or Jupyter Lab. So in this case, I just click here on Open Jupyter Lab, and it takes us straight into our notebook environment. And as you can see here on the left, it also cloned our code repo straight into this instance. So here you can start working. So for example, open up any of your notebooks you might have already, or feel free to have a look at the sample notebooks. And then you can start executing and developing your machine learning model code. Wasn't that really easy? This concludes the demo, how to set up Amazon SageMaker. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We're here to help you build. And with that, enjoy and actually go build. Thank you very much. And to all attendees of the Deep Berlin AI for Good Hackathon, here's the link to the Git repo, which contains all of those instructions on how to set up Amazon SageMaker, and also contains sample notebooks for you to run. And with that, enjoy, have fun, and I'm super excited to see your results. Reach out if you have any questions. We're here to help. Thank you.